Hello, hello, hello. It is Monday, June the 12th. How you doing today? You ready to learn? Ready to grow? Ready to change your mind? Ready to upgrade it? Are you ready? I sure hope so. Today is going to be episode 827. Let me know that you're here by... I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you now. I'm going to be looking at you. In the chat. That you're here. It's always good to know that you're here. Otherwise, I'm speaking to myself. And we are broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, probably LinkedIn. 5 locations. How is your Monday? Did you have a good weekend? And how you been? How you been? Rosa says, happy Monday. Happy Monday, Joseph. Everyone. There's going to be an interesting episode, it sure is. And thank you so much, my friend. A $10 super chat, may you make 1,000 multiplied by 1 billion more than those cyber attackers. Blessings to you, friend, and grateful and thankful for your episodes, talks that help many. Much continued success. Well, thank you so much. That's so... Rosa, you're so awesome. You are amazing. You're such a huge supporter of the show. With, like, the super chats. Oh, and obviously being just your presence and chatting with people, and even the the comments on the YouTube videos. I'm still overcoming my fluiness. But thank you so much. So kind of you. So kind. And you are ready as well. Now, Grim has said something in the chat on YouTube, but it hasn't showed up here. It hasn't showed up in my thingamajig. But you say happy Monday on the YouTube chat, but it's not coming in here. Why is that, Grim? What are you doing? Why would you do such a thing? But Jen is here saying, hello, Joseph, and everyone. I hope everyone's day is doing well. Are you off on a break? Because I know you're usually working at this time. Trapezing around here and there. Joe is here as well, saying, hi, Joseph, good to be here. I had a rough week last week. Hope this one is better, but I may never recover from last week's setback. I think we all can recover from any setback. In my opinion. We'll get into it today. We'll get into it. Thank you, Sue. Oh, thank you, Sue. Great to have you here. Welcome. Saying welcome back. Well, thank you. I am 90% well. Superstars in the chat as well. Yeah, I'm 90% back. I got a little bit of congestion. I didn't sleep much last night, but although my recovery score on my phone was like, don't do much today, you had a high resting heartbeat. It says, don't push it. Looks like something kept your heart rate up last night. Give your body a rest. You'll pull through. That's what it said to me. Don't push it. So, I went for a 4-mile run. A 4-mile run. And it was good. It was glorious. Gloomy and a bit humid over here for some reason. But that was the first. I went for a run yesterday for about 2.5 miles. Since I've been unwell. So I wanted to do 4 today because I felt like it. My app can tell me how I'm feeling, but I know how I'm feeling too. Mina is here as well, saying hi Joseph, welcome back. I'm late saying that because I was sick last week. Hello everyone. Well, sorry to hear you were unwell. We were unwell buddies because I was unwell last week. I had to jump on Wednesday because I needed to let people know about the app. I actually demoed it, but I didn't do Friday because I was sick. But I did do my group coaching call on Saturday, which was beautiful after a break. And now I am back, 90% back. Med is here as well. Welcome, Med. Let me just see if my chat's coming in. You said greetings all. Did I see that? Did I miss? Oh, you did say that. Welcome, my friend. Great to have you here. Is the music too loud? Let's take it down a little bit. Welcome, 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 all the way from Cincinnati. Cincinnati. Yeah, maybe we've been a bit of unwellness going around. So you had your summer aerial showcase yesterday and you have the evening off. Well, thank you for being here on your evening off. Feel free to relax, enjoy this episode, or head off earlier to relax more in some way. Great that you'll be able to be here for a handful of Mondays. I love it. Monday motivational. June gloom here in Orange County. How you down there? Same, my friend. It's brightened up a little bit. You couldn't tell because I've got blackout curtains and things like that for when I go live. But I went for a run and it was a bit gloomy, but it was almost beautiful. Well, it's always beautiful no matter what, right? That's what life is. But it had that kind of gloom and a bit of brightness. I almost felt like it could rain. My English senses of the rain were almost kicking off, but it was more the humidity, I think. But yes, I think we're probably the same as you up the road. Awesome. Yes, it's going to be great. I haven't got my thing to plug it in again, but I've actually installed the old version of my app on my phone. So I can't show it right now. But yeah, I can't wait for it to go out. We'll get into that today as well. Welcome, Superstar. Another Superstar in the chat, and also another Superstar. Oh, another Superstar. Great to have you both here. Great to have you here. Hope you enjoyed the coaching calls. Excuse me. Okay, we'll make sure we're uplifting. I had some when I was on the I kind of said it, but when I was unwell, congested, and on the plane, and the air pressure, oh my goodness, it was painful. And for 2 days, I could not ease the pressure. I was doing the whole thing I was taught when I learned to scuba dive, hold your nose, blow out, would not relieve the pressure hardly at all. Until I got some herbal ointment to be able to make the change. Excuse me. Hopefully I muted that in time. Hey Kel, great to have you here. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See you all chatting with one another. Judith is here as well. Welcome. Great to have you here, Judith. So, Tanya, I had a notification on my phone and it said thunderstorms. And I was like, yes, I'm gonna get a thunderstorm. As soon as I woke up, notification, thunderstorm. And then it said the location was like London or somewhere like that. I was like, I don't get a thunderstorm. So I hope you enjoyed it. I love a thunderstorm. I used to hate them as a kid. I feel like the world was collapsing around me. Same thing with fireworks. Do you do any type of interval training when you're running, or do you run at constant speed? So I used to run at a constant speed. At a quite a semi-fast speed, but I'd get injured. So I try to run, well, I do the 4 miles, but I only do like 12-minute miles. So I kind of slow down, walk a little bit, because I'm in the terrain as well. So I kind of go into I would call them like fields. So, and it's a bit up, a bit hilly in a way, not crazy hills, but sometimes I will kind of walk fast, or not even fast, not like those walkers, those speed walkers, but I would say more interval, but interval when I choose to, if that makes sense. So sometimes I'll run a mile, then I'll walk for a few minutes. Sometimes I'll run half a mile and walk for like 4 or 5 minutes, just depending how my body feels. But yeah, I rarely run 4 miles straight. I think I could, I just don't want to injure myself, because then I'm back for like 3 weeks out, 2 weeks out, running is also my mental therapy. I think I felt unwell just before, well, I did, because I had a temperature as I slept. And it was kind of consciously created as well, because I wanted to have a high temperature to get out my system. But my phone did say it was pretty high. But then I felt better other than congestion, but then on the plane the pressure didn't help. And then obviously planes are planes as well, right? Oh my goodness, we're all there. Oh, I know, right? That's so uncool. I think I saw pictures of it like going down to New York. Is that right? I think so. Yeah, it was probably set to Cambridge. I was like, oh my god, yes! We get thunderstorms! But we didn't get thunderstorms. Not yet. I'm just catching up. Hey Rosella, great to have you here on the stream. You've changed your profile picture. I noticed these things. Yes, most of the year we have great weather. We just had a weird year so far. We had like more rain than Seattle at one point. It's crazy warm in England though. Well, thank you. It's all comparison, right? It's all comparison, because I see people, like I saw these 2 guys running like lightning past me today. Well, not past me, but going toward me. I even said hello. They didn't even say hello back. Didn't I give the runners hello? Tip of the hat. Didn't even look. Straight like an arrow. So, it's all comparison. Like if you think of Mo Farah, is it Farah? Mo Farah in England? Marathon kind of runner. Beyond. You'll be crushing it. I used to do 4 miles, 8 miles, and then 12 miles. That was my weekly, at least weekly. But I don't do that anymore. I like it. I like this music. I like this calming music as well. Imagine this music when it's raining. It finished though. The allergy tracks are going onto the app as well, so they will be there. There was a time I was like that. When I first went to Thailand, we went for a little jog, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I got a stitch. By the end of 6-7 weeks, I ran the 32 miles. So it is possible. If I can do it, anyone can. Got a leaky bottle. I'm gonna have to switch to this one. I've only got a 2-bottle experience for you today, but my other one's in the other room. So I don't know if you know, but as soon as I said, hey, I'm gonna try to be my best and help lots of people with the app update, we had some malicious, nasty attacks on the server. Crashed the app, which has been down for a couple of days now. And every time my app developer team cancelled one IP address, another one happened. And because of the increased bandwidth, I've got a bill of around $3 or $4 grand I gotta spend, which is not nice. I paid half it already. And then I pay the developers to then have to move it to a new service, a new server, you could say. And obviously paid for the the fix a while ago, but also this whole crazy big update as well, like all the new features, the audio programs, the morning meditations, the 4-hour sleep sessions, the repeat functionality, the night and day mode, make it darker and make it lighter, the create playlist, I think I said that, maybe I didn't. So I put all this time into it, money into it, and then someone create these bots to be able to attack the server and destroy. Like, there's only so much we can handle before it crashes, which means we had to shut down the server because no one was getting their audios anyway, right? Because there's too much. My friend Nina actually did it on a Facebook post, who actually came out to San Diego once from Norway for one of my seminars. A really nice girl, and she's kind of been a bit into cybersecurity. And her analogy was, it's like 100 or 1,000 cars trying to get onto the freeway or like the lay-by or the slip lane all at once. It's impossible, right? It just kind of clogs up the whole system. There's a traffic jam, which then just means if you think about that as you are in one of the vehicles and then suddenly all these other vehicles get ahead of you or around you and it's a standstill, it's just chock-a-block of cars. That means you're not getting anywhere, and therefore you're not getting your audios. So every IP address we try to cancel, I say we as the app, I don't even know how to do that. A new one would come up, like do 1, 5 others would come up. Do those 5, another 10 would come up. So we had to close down the servers, move it over to a new service of a server, which will have protocols to be able to stop these DDoS attacks. And then we've done all that, got news that it's all been done, which is great. But there's a little bit of iOS testing. It's gonna be checked in tomorrow morning. But then tomorrow morning, or as I'm sleeping, because it's a different time zone, as I'm sleeping tonight, we're hoping that they'll put it onto the App Store to be able to push it through. Now that could be a matter of hours. It could be a day or two, depending on how much, like how many other apps are updating, or if they see there's anything, like they want some wording changed, or they find something small that goes against some of their Like once my podcast, my hypnosis app was called Free Hypnosis. I put in a new update and I go, nope, you can't call it free anymore. It's like, why? It's still free to download. I've had it for years. So sometimes I can be a little bit kind of picky, but hopefully by tomorrow or was it Monday or Tuesday, Thursday at the latest, that we will be up and running again with a new update, not only fixing the server, but on top of that, we'll be having all the features and everything like that. So that is probably because you downloaded it. If you downloaded the audio, it's on your device. It's only if you're kind of wanting to download when you haven't downloaded, or you're trying to stream it. And because the server's down, that means you got your download, but you can't access the server. Does that make sense? Let me scroll back up a little bit. Yeah, we're on the 2 bottles right now. And not alcohol. Let's like how many bottles you're on. Sounds like an alcohol. No, it's just these. They contain this exact same thing. Hydration powder and a bit of green tea, red tea, black tea, white tea. Not red tea. It's called red leaf. Well, technically you should have done it a few days ago, unlocking it all. That is one of the biggest annoyances of this attack, because not only has it been a great expense to me and great expense to those accessing the app, I wanted to give more time, so I gave like 3 or 4 days for people to unlock the app to be able to be grandfathered into all these. But because this malicious set of attackers or attacker has only allowed that to be 4 or 5 days now, so for some people they can unlock all, some people cannot. So, but the other thing is, it's going to be a yearly or a monthly. Monthly is like $4, $5 a month for unlimited usage, which is actually cheaper than like if you were to buy individual tracks, because most people would buy more than 12 over a year. Plus you get all the audio programs. Or yearly, it's the exact same price as the Unlock All, which was like $27. But not only do you get that for that amount, but you also get all the new features, the audio programs, the 4-hour sessions, the functionality, the create your playlists, repeat functionality, the light and the dark mode, all those kind of things. But yeah, it wasn't nice, especially being unwell. Well, it's got to be intentional. But last night, I was watching, I can't remember what I was watching. I think it was a documentary, but I was just like on my phone at the same time, and I was like reading up on these DDoS attacks. And a lot of them said that you usually get like a ransom email to say, look, we want 2 Bitcoin or we're going to attack your server. And if you don't, they attack your server. But I don't know. No one's messaged me. I mean, I've got no Bitcoin anyway. At this rate. Anyway, so no one's contacted me say, I hate you, I'm gonna do this. So people don't like my voice sometimes. So I'm sure some people go to the extreme and want to do not nice things. At this unfortunate, what's the word I'm looking for? The inconvenience of every other user out there, which is not cool. Sorry to hear about the fire and the respiratory stuff, Rosa. All's good right now where I am, if you're referring to me. Thank you so much. No whiskey. I'm actually allergic to whiskey, so unfortunately. I can have like a tipple, But if I'd have a couple of tipples, I kind of break out in like red blotches. Good question. All about the good questions. I struggle. Everywhere I go, I've got this. Go out somewhere to the shop and bringing this with me. The larger container. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. It is. Yeah. Well, this is why I'm doing this episode, ultimately. I know, how rude not to demand money for that. Just do the damage, right? Yeah, maybe. Wrong bottle, that one's leaking. Need this one. So should we get on with the show? I'm not getting all the chats in. So if I missed you, I'm still apologize, because I see Rosa said you're so calm to have all that happen. And Mina says you're so nice. I can't imagine anyone wanting to harm your service. So I don't know why there's chats on. Thank you, by the way. But I'm not getting all your chats in. Awesome, so it worked. Yes, you don't have to pay. Everyone, do that now. If it works for you, hopefully so. Hopefully so. Unlock it all if you can, and it means you're going to get that lifetime access of the app with all the features without any recurring fees. I wanted to give you, I mean, I've been talking about it for a long time, but I wanted to give people a few days. I gave people about 4 or 5 days. I wanted to do more until the App Store, but now it's going to be kind of extended for those who can. So, if it's workable. Some people are saying this, they haven't been able to do so, which is a bit annoying. I think I spilled some water on my phone now. Exactly. Unfortunately, you can't take water bottles. They make you drink your water and then buy more water. That's true. Well, as in haters will hate. But I will take also the awesomeness, if that's how you feel. What did they say? What did I say? What do people say? People trying to pull you down is just because they're below you. Right? They're pulling you down. So let's get on with the show and see what happens today. So I'm just going to condense some of the things I said. That's probably because you may have downloaded it. If you've downloaded it, it's on your device. And that means it's nothing about my server. You've downloaded it from my server and it's not connected. It's only if you want to stream something or download something that you haven't done already. That's why. I think. Let me check. Hopefully my server's not up because I'm being charged probably hundreds of dollars a minute. Well, I kind of wish it was, but not for the price. Yeah, so it's not working for me, the old version. So maybe it's just because it's downloaded. But let's go into today's episode. I love chatting with you, but we're here for the episode 827. Incredibly bad. Bannable bad. Bannable bad. Hey, I didn't hear that. Very bad. Very bad. That is bannable bad from that. I mean, it's fine though. You can use YouTube, but the app is better. You still have the old version? Yes, because the new version's not out. It would have been out a lot sooner if we didn't have to rebuild. It would have probably been out by now if we didn't have to rebuild the whole server. And by we, I'm just paying for it. Because I'm not pretending I'm building anything digital like that. But yeah, you can still have the old one, just like me. So I downloaded this version from the App Store, right? But only I can download the new version because it's technically like a test one. Which is the new one right here. I just downloaded it. Which kind of does all the new walkthrough. There we go, that's the one. That's the new version of the app. So, but that will be out when it's out soon. The 4-hour sessions will be in the app when it comes out this week. I'll show you very quickly before we get in. So now, all these are 4 hours. So many of them. A bit harder to automatic camera. Hey. 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 Focus on something. Ah, let's see this. In those cases, what do we do? We change it to night mode. There you go, look. Another good reason. Look, can you see my ring light? There's my ring light in the background, in front of me. So you'll be getting the new version of the app. It'll look like that. Morning meditations, or audio programs, and so on. Yeah, I mean, I've had this server since 2016, and I didn't think people would do that, so it's been good for a long time. I just guess we live in a different world. Yeah, it's about this big. It's not very bright because the camera helps out. But anyway, let's get into today's show because we are all over the place. So, let me turn down this music. And let's get to it. Episode 827. Ready, steady, let's go! Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 827. And in today's episode, we're talking about, is the world conspiring for us, or is it inspiring against us? Now, I know a lot of people who message out to me sometimes or send emails. They're getting a lot of tension, a lot of stress. They're going through a lot of stuff. And what seems to be showing up is just badness, right? That's just what's showing up. In debt, bad relationships, a lack of opportunity, all of those things. And it definitely does feel like the world is conspiring against us in many, many ways. And I've been there too. And to make it a bit of a realer experience, I've been there in many ways in the past few weeks. So if you didn't know, and this will be hopefully totally fixed and transformed by the time that those who are listening to this on the app or the podcast, but I was just about to release a huge update to the app, which adds all this brand new functionality from the playlist creation, which will just go through one after the other of the tracks that you put on there, or repeat functionality of the one track, sleep sessions, 4-hour ones, morning meditations, audio programs, a night and a day mode to be able to change the screen brightness and so on. And we're about to launch it. And when I was in England, I got a bill for my server just after a few days usage. And just after a few days, it was like $1,600. And I was like, how can it be $1,600 for just a few days? I just started the month, right? It's a brand new month. I asked support, and then it was like it was exactly 7 days later did they actually get back to me. So by this time, as you can imagine, it increased significantly in what I was paying for bandwidth. So then I hire a company to look after and develop the app, all these functionalities that have been amazing, by the way. And they look into it, and suddenly we realize that there are all these attackers on our server. So one of my friends said as an analogy, if you could imagine trying to get onto an off-ramp or onto the highway and, you know, those little slip roads and things like that, and suddenly you got like 100 cars trying to get into that one lane, it bottlenecks, right? It bottlenecks the ability to drive on that road. And that's the exact same thing what happens as, like that analogy, that people or bots try to just overload the system, which meant people could not, number one, use the app because there's just too many people trying to use it, like too many people trying to drive in that one single lane. And number two, obviously it was significantly thousands of dollars adding to my bill of their company trying to manage all this, right? Trying to be able to give more web space out and all those things. And I don't know why they did it, or who they are for that matter. But unfortunately, it became to a big inconvenience. Inconvenience to those who could not listen to the app because we had to shut down the server. As we speak, it's shut down in terms of when this was broadcasted live on YouTube on Monday, June the 12th, but hopefully by the 13th, 14th, we're all fixed and everything. But it just took down the whole app. And I really wanted to be able to do something special. I wanted to help people with this app. So sometimes I felt like in that brief moment, being human, because I was also very under the weather, high temperature, congestion, all these things, having been unwell, having this news that people getting all these emails, I can't use your app, where is my app, where are my purchases? Like a lot of hate, or not some hateful, but some bad negative reviews, or people going, obviously wanting their stuff, and I couldn't help them, right? That was one of the hardest things. It was not about me, it's about wanting to help people. That's why I do what I do. So in moments I felt, why is this happening to me? Because on the one hand, I spent a ton of money to get these features going and these new titles. I spent a lot of money on the servers, just going up by 600-700, literally 600-800% of what my server cost was going to then people not get it. And I felt like, well, the world is conspiring against me in brief moments. But what I like to do is be able to think differently. And I was talking about this on a far deeper level on my group coaching call just a couple of days ago. But what if this happened 5 years from now, where hopefully we've got tens of millions of users who are getting free help and using the tracks? Think of the logistical nightmare. So maybe this thing happened to prepare me for something better. Now immediately I'm thinking, well, it's easier to fix this now, in this moment, in comparison from a few years away. So maybe it's a good opportunity. Now there's not letting those people off the hook. I'm not saying thank you whatsoever in that case, but I'm going to see the positive no matter how much negativity or people try to do negative things toward me. Because the one thing I've always known is that people can try to change your state and do things to you. The environment might be showing up with lots of negativity, lots of reasons why I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Maybe I should give up. Like the world might be showing me that at my present observation of it. But one thing the environment can never do is change my own emotional state, right? I'm in charge of my state of mind. I might not be able to change the state of the world. I might not be able to change the state of the economic situation. I might not be able to change the state of something's not showing up, or my boss being an idiot, or my being in a relationship where I've got this person being mean to me. I can't maybe stop their actions, but I can be in charge of my state of mind. And it always goes back to that quote from Viktor Frankl, which is no matter, oh my goodness, I can't, my fuzzy head still. What is this quote? I say it all the time as well. It'll come back to me. But when we're unable to change the situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. See, when you say it'll come back to me, it usually does. When you're unable to change the situation, you're challenged to change yourself. So I immediately had to realize that this shall pass. Like, it's not going to happen forever. They might try to break my server. They're not going to break my spirit, right? They're not going to break my vision. They might try to do all these things, but I'm always still going to be here because I've got a reason for being here, in my opinion. I want to help people. So it shall pass. And on top of that, I'm in control of my state. And on top of that, maybe it's just preparing me. It's protecting me for something even bigger. That's a far better way of seeing it. I could easily go into, why am I investing this money into an app where people are trying to destroy it, or it's just too much hard work, or people fill in the blank, right? It's easy to buy into the reasons. It's easy to have a get out, right? It's easier to let myself off the hook. But that doesn't change anything. Number one, it doesn't change my state of happiness because I'm staying the same. Might relieve a bit of stress immediately, but the unfulfilled dream or desire to help is going to be far more painful if I gave up. Now, by the way, side note, I know people are going through far worse things than I've gone through this past week. So I'm not trying to negate that. Some people are going through horrendous situations right now. So I want to put it into, that's another thing, right? Another perspective change, and more of a reframe it. There are far more people in the world who have harder issues. So I shouldn't be getting down on myself for this issue, which is fixable, which is able to be overcome. So that was one of the things which kind of came into my mind as well. Like, what, and that's why I said, well, what's the worst that can happen? It's never going to be the worst, in my opinion. Like, it's not going to be something which finishes me as a person in terms of me living here. They're not going to dictate that. They can throw all the stuff at their servers, but I get to still breathe on my terms. So having that perception kind of made me go, well, why am I doing what I'm doing? Because I want to help people. So why give up? Why not keep investing? Because that means we get to make the world a better place together. I always love the sentence of leave the world in a better place than you found it. So when I do eventually leave this world, and I say eventually, hopefully it's not a long, long time, but I want to be looking back in those final moments going, well, did I leave something in a way that actually served? Like, was I of service? Did I help people the best that I could? Leaving the world in a better place. So that's my why, really. That's why I want to help. Like, I've always had like the mantra in my own mind as something that I came up with, was just enlighten the illusionary darkness, there is only love. I'm the everlasting moment. I am love. Like, I want to live that way. Even in this human experience, I want to live up to that standard. And it's hard to live up to those standards at times because we are human and things happen. But just because they happen, it doesn't mean we have to change. We can evolve through this. And you might be going, well, Joseph, I don't have the reason, the why to have an app, right? I don't have a reason to be able to do hypnosis. Well, think about it. What are the other reasons as to why we want what we want? Now, for some people, because maybe they want to do it for their children. They want to look back and see their children go, wow, Mum, Dad was awesome. They went through this. They grew from this. So maybe your reason, your why is your children or grandchildren. Maybe it's your pets. Maybe it's because you've got a passion. You've got something that you really want to do. Maybe it's to, not in a negative way, but to be able to prove those people who said you couldn't do anything that you can do something, that you can do what you want. You see, other people's opinions does not have to be your reality. Other people's throwing stones at you doesn't mean that you should just recoil and just not do what has to be done. You'll notice the greatest transformations throughout history are not done in peaceful times. It is usually when there is conflict or confusion that I think births this desire to evolve, this desire to have innovation. So not to say that we want to welcome stress, but if it is there, utilize it. Go, well, this is going to prepare me for something bigger and better. What can I learn from this that once I learn from will allow me to be safer in the future? What can I learn from this present experience that once learned will allow me to be safer in the future? You see, when you say sentences like that, you're saying, I don't need the anger, the sadness, the fear, the guilt, the hurt, the shame. I want to learn. The learnings will protect me. Those emotions try to protect us, and sometimes we need to work through them, not dismiss them by any means or any idea, but to learn with them and through them. So if you can learn from your pain, if you can learn from what is showing up in your world and realize that, look, this will pass. It will pass. That maybe it is preparing you for something greater. That if you can learn from it, will allow you to be safer. To consider why you're doing what you're doing. Because if you have a goal and dream, whether it be to change your circumstance, monetary-wise, relationship-wise, career-wise, health-wise, or whether it be a state of mind like the I am not good enough, the I am not worthy, which can obviously have an impact on all of those areas. But when you have that reason, think about it. Why are we doing this? Because we want a greater sense of peace, love, achievement. We want to be able to have, you can change the words if you want, but to leave that legacy, a trail of things that you may have done will hopefully inspire people around you. You see, when you change, you do change those around you because you are an example of what can be done. So once again, and on top of that, knowing that also my present situation is not the worst situation. A lot of people would more than happy take your problem to let go of their problem. So putting things into perspective, learning from it, figuring out your why has really helped me. Because that means I cannot lose. I win. I have a belief system that no matter what, I will win. And I don't say that from ego, that I'm not going to allow other people to cause me to so-called fail. Because if I learn from it, how can I fail? Therefore, I'm always going to win no matter what. I will win. And if you even have that as your mantra, that you're going to win, you're going to get through this. You're going to do whatever it takes. Yeah, there are going to be some dark times, and maybe you want to plug into your community or ask for help or get help with your mindset. It's not a journey that you've got to do it alone. And I don't even do this alone. I was talking to my dad about this. I was talking to my brother about this. Because we're pretty close like that when it comes to my business, and I have people I can speak to, and I think that's really important. So find people, even on our group coaching call at the end of it yesterday, despite feeling unwell, I felt compelled to be there still because we were connecting on such a deep heart level for well over 30, it was probably just under 30 minutes or just over 30 minutes of us connecting with each other and talking. It made us feel seen, heard, and felt. So expressing your present issue can make you feel seen, heard, and felt. So that's why I want to talk about this today, just to give you a context that, life will throw things at you, but ultimately you're in charge of your state of mind. Maybe you're not present external state, or is what's showing up, but you are in control of your state of mind. Now, it can take time to do that. Like, it's not easy to go, well, I'm gonna just be super confident through this. Sometimes we've got to learn those skills or let go of the limiting beliefs to be able to get to that place. That's what I did. That's why I do what I'm doing right now, because I've been through the pain, learned how to overcome it, and now I teach people how to do the exact same thing. Like in my main 8-week program, it's fully tailored and customized. But of course, you can use the app. Like there's also other podcasts, other books, all of those things. But just recognize within yourself that you have the innate ability to adapt. That is built within you. Thankfully, you don't get to decide on that. Your physiology, your neurology was built for adaptation. You've got over many flus and coughs and colds. You've healed your body from cuts. The body is continuously producing and reproducing itself over certain weeks, months, and years. Continuously. Like you're a whole different person from you were 7 weeks ago or a whole year ago. Biologically, it is always replicating itself. So you are built to win in many ways. You're built to grow and innovate and adapt. Throughout history, throughout your past, what's the word I'm looking for, but through your genealogy, throughout all the family tree, going way back hundreds and thousands of years, you were here because of the ability to adapt, to grow, to change. But it comes not just from that biology, but it comes from your conscious awareness of it as well. So put things in perspective. It's not the worst. It shall pass. You can use it as a preparation tool, because maybe if it happened in 5 years, like I said in my app, it'd be a logistical nightmare. Now it's a lot more manageable. It's still painful because I've got to do all these things, especially when I was unwell. But like in comparison, I'm happy it happened now compared to when in the future. And it won't happen now because we've implemented the new tools, the new ability to combat these things. So it won't have an effect. So put things in perspective. Know that you're more, that you're in charge of your state. No one gets to dictate that. Sometimes they try to manipulate it, but just because they try to manipulate it doesn't mean you have to stand up for it. Find your why. Find your reason why you're doing this. Go back to that. Because when you're pushing through, it's hard, but then you go back, actually, this is why I'm doing this. It gives you that extra edge and motivation. So I hope you got value from this episode, just imparting what I've been going through, just kind of thinking about it, putting it into perspective, because I'm always having to work on myself. Like it is, life is a journey of growth and things will happen. But hopefully you get some value from this and get the help that you desire and deserve, because you absolutely do deserve it in every way. I believe in you so much. No one's gonna stop us. We have so much more to give, that no one can take that away from us, no matter what endeavor, right? No matter what endeavor. So with that, I look forward to speaking to you on a future episode. Many thanks and goodbye. Okay, that was today's episode done. Done. And now we can relax. Let's see what we got. Just scrolling back. Wow, they're a $1 billion company. I think Headspace could probably just give me $5 million. That'd be a far better deal than getting I still want high percentage. Headspace and Calm apps. I want a percentage. But no, I don't think they would. It's just going to be it could be some person just learning how to do it and just choosing someone who they thought, oh, I'm just going to do this. But yes, preparing for bigger things. But I do appreciate that. And Headspace, just send me an email next time. Calm, send me an email. Just speak to me. We can have a talk about this. By the way, I'm not accusing them of doing it whatsoever. I don't want to get sued. Exactly. Yeah, we can't always see it in the beginning, right? It's in the retrospect. Hey, Claudia, great to have you here. You are most welcome. You got it, Rosa. I'm not getting all the comments through for some reason. Rose Ella says, peace is necessary if one wants balance and keep it in life. In the long run, it pays off. Practicing is a must in order to stay grounded. Thanks for making me reflect on this. You are so amazing. I'm very thankful. My head's, when I'm turned in to doing the live, I'm on form. But then when I kind of stop and get back to consciousness, my body tells me I need to recover a little bit. So I'm getting my words a little bit messed up. Thank you, Judith, as well, saying, I've never been more intoxicated by a group of words. You are saying all the right things. People need to know this truth. It gives so much peace. Well, thank you. Hey, Michelle, great to have you here. How you doing? You'll be going to work soon, right? Is that right? Soon? Later? Nice. Great to have you back on the stream, Tanya. I don't want to look into too deeply into it, but I want to be more stoic in it and go, okay, like, how can I reframe this? And for the big one for me is preparing me for something bigger, in terms, if it had happened in the future, it would have been a far more logistical nightmare, right? Like having 10 million people have issues, therefore a percentage of them doing a ton of negative reviews on the app. It's easier to be able to manage now. So I try to look for the lesson, but not like look into the look at that. Look into the reason. No. Take that back, Joseph. Look for the lesson, not the reason. Write that down, someone. Write that down for me. I'm going to use that. I'm only say write that down for me because I'm going to use that in the future for myself. So I'm going to write this down for myself. So I want to look for the lesson. Lesson, and not the reason. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to remind myself. Because when you think about reason, gives you an excuse. It gives you that get out. It gives you, so my head's going fuzzy now. It gives you the excuse and reason to stay the same, right? But if I look for the lesson, I don't buy into the excuse or reason, and therefore the lesson will protect me. Yes. So that's what we're going for. That's true. Well, thank you. Most of the stuff is myself, what I'm going through. In ways, right? It's things that I'm considering, comparing, or been working through, or working with people through. But I'm definitely, I know I'm tuning in with my unconscious. Like, we all have different beliefs, man. I'm tuning into something else. There's lots of people who do say that. Like, we talked about it a while ago, right? Like, what was it, John Lennon, who said it came to him from somewhere? Nice. We like those graceful versions of it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Ah, nice. Enjoy your evening off. Looking for the lesson and not the reason. That's it, right? The other thing is, I wouldn't look too deeply into that as well, because we'll go crazy. Because there's different ways that you can look at life. You can go through the whole spiritual aspect of connection, that you're the center of your universe in a way, and therefore, yes, Mr. Cuddles, Mrs. C, it's like, get off the live stream, recover. And they can overwhelm us. But also just to realize and go, it just happened. Like, notice how that feels different. If I look for all the things as to why it happened, because why, once again, looks for the reason, right? Looks for the excuse. When we go, why did I do this? Well, because of this, this, this. What is the lesson is going to help you. But also, like, I'm not going to look in too deeply, because if I don't, so well, I'm just going to move through this and not be held back by it. It's going to definitely help, if that makes sense. If not, remind me of this and I'll do a deep one. Like I said, my head's just going a bit fuzzy right now. That's true as well. That is absolutely true. I believe that. It reminds me of the story. I've probably said this as a metaphor before. That there's like a little devil on the shoulder, kind of with a little, you know, like it has like the fork, you know, the prodding fork, you know, the typical metaphorical, cartoonish one. And it's like prodding you and prodding you. You can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do this. And then you just kind of keep on going through, and then suddenly the devil goes, well, you must really want it then, and then kind of recedes, because it was just pushing you to see how much you wanted it. Exactly. So true. Yes. That is also true. Oof. Shoosh. Hey, how you doing, my friend? It's been a while on the live stream for sure. Great to have you here, and thank you so much. He's doing good. I got a picture of him today. Because I've been unwell, I just have not been in the right mindset to be able to, you know, like do all the eye drops. Because that's like 3 times per day, and then taking them out, like, I just I felt like I wouldn't be able to do him justice, or like be the parent that he'd need right now to be able to logistically do those things. So I haven't actually seen him recently, but he's doing really good. Let's just see, I got 1. I'm gonna try and put this into the stream. As usual, this might be an issue. I don't know if this will work. No. Let me just see if I can do this. No, I can't do it. I can do it. I can eat do it. It's annoying, but I got some wonderful pictures of him. You're most welcome, my friend. If I'm not seeing, like, I don't always bring up all the chats, buddy, because I know you kind of chat with each other. But I know I'm also missing some chats on YouTube, maybe Facebook as well. Who knows? That's true. Just about ready to ready with a trade on me to get the interview. Oh, nice. As in your one, right? It's awesome. Am I live every Monday? Every Monday when I'm well. I didn't do last Monday. Well, I got back from England on Sunday last week, and I was unwell and jet lagged, so that was never going to happen. But I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. An hour and 5 minutes ago, I start. 3 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. East Coast, 11 p.m. in United England. I said that twice now. On the thing I said on last stream. Hopefully we're united in England. But United States. I live on the West Coast in California. But I go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday is motivational. Like, we got Wednesday coming up. It's a live hypnosis session. And speaking of which, it's going to be around this subject that we talked about today. I know what it is. It's feel powerful under stress. Feel powerful under stress. So I am pretty much live most Mondays, unless I'm going back to England like I just did for my 40th birthday. Or if it's like a Christmas day or something like that, you know, like there's certain times of the year. I actually go back to England at Christmas as well sometimes, most of the time. Mr. Cuddles is doing something. My cat, if you didn't know. So yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Have you ever felt low for long, began to take comfort in your low state, then attempt to bring you back? Yeah, so look, it takes time. Like, think about the analogy of running, and if you haven't run for a long time, it is hard to get out of that, right? It's hard to get yourself going, but you still got to put your running shoes on and get out there and get on for that run. You got to push through it at times and do the small things to get to the big things. So, yeah, have I been that way? Absolutely. But I just refuse to stay in that state. I'm going to do whatever it takes to do something to get myself out of it. Is the music too loud again? Is it too loud? Oh, see, I've missed some of these. Do you have rest time or are you walking full speed again? I don't know right now. It's a waiting game. I've been on the go despite being kind of ill, just because of this logistical situation of malicious attacks on the server. So I would have rested more. There's no comparison here at all, but it just reminded me of, what's that Bob Marley quote when he's like interviewed? It's very inspiring. Like, it's like, why you're sick? Why are you taking a day off? And he kind of says like, well, the bad guys never take a day off, so why should I? Do you remember that quote? I still take days off, of course, but if these people are attacking things, I want to fix it, get things done. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was May the 24th, but I was back in England for my birthday. Yes, and thank you so much. Here we go. I love that. Evolving has turned into your passion. Well, thank you. Okay. So I will be back on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Pacific, and 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. East Coast, 11 p.m. in the United Kingdom. I think you're around the corner. Where about? What corner? What corner was it? Although, don't necessarily tell people. The rough area of the corner. Because you don't want people going, I'm going to go to that corner and see where people are, what they're doing, like doxing. When I post, it's not negative. Like, if I post things, I'd never post them in real time. Because I don't want people, like, should they ever want to, probably not. But to go, I'm going to go to that location. Because, you know, privacy. Was I? I know you're in Bedford. But was I near Bedford? I can't even remember where I was now. I sure will. Thank you, my friend. And thank you for the super chat, for supporting the show. You are awesome. Was I near Bedford? Was I? There you go. Yeah, like going for a run for me is very similar. Thank you. Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then yeah, so my head's confusing. Still recovering. But yes, I was down the road from you then, right? Is it down the road, up the road, side of the road, left of the road, right of the road? But yeah, I was in Cambridge. I even went to London. It was really cool. We went to the BBC experience, you know, the nature one, like Attenborough, you know, there's just a huge building that had these, or inside, and it had all these screens of like the different continents. And I went there with my niece, and then we went for Camden Market. That was great. I thought I'd been there before, but it had been years ago, but it looked very different. So yeah, I was in London for a little bit. The Cotswolds, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area. Most picturesque area probably in England that I've been to. Oh my goodness, you did? You did? I think I'd be like that if I didn't have to do these things. I probably wouldn't even be on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, but I just don't really check it. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. I just don't get why it works. But obviously it works. But now I shall go. Thank you for all being here. I'm going to get this edited, put it up as well. And we'll see you on Wednesday, hopefully. As in, I'll be here. Hopefully I'll get to see you there as well. So, thank you all for being here. We got quite a lot of viewers as well, considering I haven't done this for a while. So thank you for your support, by the way, in this time of turbulence. Thank you, Med. Yeah. I'm going to stop now. I'm just going to... Actually, I've got some work to do. No stopping yet. We got stuff to do. So I'll speak to you all soon on Wednesday for a live hypnosis session. Many thanks and goodbye.